There's the mind, the body. Let's divide it into two parts. Conscious mind, subconscious, and the body. We are programmed to go by what we see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. I was recently on a program with Les Brown. Les Brown is called a black man. I'm called a white man. We were on a show, and it was being streamed into 400 theaters. And I pointed to Les, and I said, Les is not black, and I'm not white. And I could feel the audience think, where's he going now? They said, if you look at Les and look at my shoes, they're quite different. My shoes are black, he's not black. My shirt is white, I'm not white. If you ever saw a white person, you would probably run. They would scare you. We are different shades of the same thing. Why do people look at him and say he's black? Why do they look at me and say I'm white? Because we're programmed to do that. That's right. We're literally programmed. We're programmed to see something that isn't even there. Then I said, how many other things are we programmed to see that aren't there? We are raised to live through our senses. From the time we're little kids, we listen to what I'm telling them. We watch this. And so we grow up living by our senses. We go through school. That's what they teach us to do. The conscious mind has hooked up to its sensory factors. And you know, they're like 6-lane highways in rush hour. You have information just rushing in your conscious mind. It's no wonder people's lives are chaotic. They have no control over their mind. The conscious mind is also the intellectual mind. This author said an educated person is not necessarily a person with an abundance of general or specialized knowledge. He said an educated person is a person who has so developed the faculties of their mind that they can acquire anything they want or its equivalent without violating the rights of others. I did a seminar for 2,000 school teachers. There's about 2,000 people here. They were all school teachers. Not one could tell me what our intellectual factors were. Not one. If they couldn't tell me what they were, how could they tell me how to develop them? We have perception, the will, imagination, memory, intuition, and reason. They are powerful mental tools. Your perception is your reality. Everybody looks at Les and says he's black. That's what they see. You know what I did? Just shift their perception a little bit. This room looks totally different to me than it does to you. I see an acre of eyeballs out there. You see a table, a few people, and a person standing on a stage. We're in the same place. We're looking, but we see something different. Two people can look. One sees a problem, the other sees an opportunity. It's perception, the will. Most people don't understand it. I have a couple of statues of Napoleon in my home. One he's standing, and the other he's sitting on a horse. I don't think he was a particularly nice guy, but he had a very powerful mind. One of his biographers called him organized victory. Another said he had immense capacity for sustained concentration. He had a highly evolved will. When President John Kennedy asked Dr. Wernher von Braun what it would take to build a rocket that would carry a person to the moon and bring them back safely to Earth, von Braun didn't say, you're going to have to get all the scientists in the world, you're going to have to get all kinds of money. He answered him in 5 words, the will to do it. What's it take to create health in the world? The will to do it. Dr. Peter gave us the answer the other day. It starts with you. It starts with me. It's like an old Dutch proverb. It says if everybody sweeps in front of their own front door, the whole town will be clean. Well, you see, the will gives you the ability to concentrate. The will gives you the ability to hold one idea on the screen of the mind to the exclusion of all outside distractions. Then we have imagination, memory. Jerry Lucas was in San Francisco teaching people to memorize the Bible. There's no such thing as a bad memory. There's only weak memories. Memory can be developed the same as the body, but through exercise. We have intuition. I have a very highly evolved intuition. I could walk by you and I could tell you whether you operate from the right or left hemisphere of your brain. I have been working at developing it for many, many years. It's not an accident. Everybody has it. Prayer is when you talk to God. Intuition is when God talks to you. Everything that goes on the inside shows on the outside. We should learn how to develop these faculties. You can go through the most prestigious universities in the world, know nothing about these. Then you have reason. And reason gives you the ability to think. And it's what you think that's going to dictate your emotional state, and your emotional state controls the vibration that the body's in. Now, here's the question. We are spiritual beings. We live in a physical body. We've been gifted with an intellect. Now, what's in control of our emotions? Is our intellect in control of the emotions? Or are we letting the outside world control us? It's an interesting question. Are you in control of your emotions? Or is it the outside world that's in control of you? Most people today are watching the news and they're talking about how bad the economy is. I think the economy's in great shape. I think we're getting rid of a lot of old ideas that were false concepts and we're accepting new ones. This whole world is changing. And you can look at it two ways. You can say this is right or this is wrong. But understand this, whatever way you look at it, you'll be right. Now here's something we really want to remember. There's the conscious mind, that's the intellect. There's the subconscious, that's where the paradigm is resident. Those of you who really love The Secret, here's what you want to grasp. The law of attraction responds to the paradigm, not to the intellect. If we don't like what's coming into our life, we've got to change this paradigm, and it can be changed the same way it was formed, through repetition of ideas. Edison put it very well. He said, if we all did the things we're really capable of doing, we would literally astonish ourselves. I think it's time that you and I astonished ourselves. I think it's time we took this concept of I love you, I love you, I love you. I think it's time we took that everywhere we go. We want to learn to love a little more and hate a little less. Let's ask ourselves, what are we really capable of doing? Those of you who belong to Noni, what are you doing with the business? You can change the world. You'll often hear one person can't change the world. Gary Davis is changing the world. One person changed my world. You can change another person's world. You've got to get a picture of yourself being the way you want to be. Look at that little pussy. Let's get a big image of ourselves. I want to thank you.